I believe that there's forgiveness for where we've been and what we've done. Just because you have something in your past that others don't understand doesn't mean that you can't use it to bring understanding to others. They don't see me for who I was because that's not who I am today. So life today is, much better than I ever hoped for, even though I had, all these things in the world that people might say, well, obviously you were successful. Well, truthfully, I guess I was by the world standards, but as far as, or if you just want to say morally, I was not successful morally. I was successful at being immoral. I don't play tennis. I don't go fishing. I don't do a lot of things that I would like to do because I have so many other things that I feel that need to be done. So I guess some people might say that's a workaholic. So grateful for my wife who pulls me back in and says, hey, you've gone for 2 weeks, you got to take a day off. Probably the favorite thing I like of every day is I get to come home to my bride and I get to hang out with her and I know that she's there for me and we get to do life together. We get to go do grandbabies together. We get to go travel together. And so, I love the traveling piece. I love eating. Oh, yes, I do. And she's a great cook, so that makes life a joy every day. And then, and I love my friends. I love being able to sit down and have constructive conversations that are not talking about the weather. They're talking about things that are going to change other people's lives. I think that's probably what really is my go-juice every day. And so, in the meantime, my wife and I have been able to really kind of put a life together. We've worked hard, we've sacrificed much. It's cost a lot to do the ministry, but it's been a long journey. But we're able to actually thrive in the midst of what could have been very disastrous. I had to, for me personally, I had to lose everything to gain everything that I am today. And so today, I can tell you, I really am successful in that. My family restoration is there. My marriage is good. I'm doing something that gives back to community. But more importantly than that, more important than any of it is that I'm using my life today in a way that's actually helping others. And your mess is your message. Today, I find myself, I have friends who know me, that I can be transparent with, that know my past. They don't see me for who I was because that's not who I am today. Today, I'm a much different person. In fact, my past has not predicated my future. My past has actually helped me to look in the rearview mirror and realize that's not who I am. Today, I'm the founder and the director of a ministry that serves other registered citizens, and we work with those that are coming out of prison, and those are folks that are either probation, parole, federal, and we've had guys that have been incarcerated for as long as 38 years. We've had guys that have just come to us pre-trial, guys that have come to us actually post-conviction. They got sentenced to new Name Ministries. Well, before I went to on vacation, it was a life that looked from the outside as though everything was great. I had the appearance of being a man of integrity with business and successful on the outside with properties and businesses and marriage and kids. And truth be known, the reality was I was a walking dead man, because as much as I may have been on the external part of my life, I may have looked like a shining example of what a good citizen should be. On the inside, I was a mockery of that. I was on furlough from my incarceration, and during that weekend of being on furlough, this gal was invited to come and spend the weekend there after coming into town and doing some lecturing for FEMA. And this woman eventually became my wife. And what was really crazy about all that was that at that point in my life, I was nothing but a liability, and I knew it. I was incarcerated. I had treatment to go through. I was bankrupt. I had IRS debts, attorney debts. I was nothing but a liability. You know, I didn't feel like I deserved anything. I still had a tremendous amount of shame and fear and self-loathing, and felt like, you know, the truth is that I don't really deserve to have a good wife, because I've been such a train wreck of a husband, and as a person I really didn't know who I was. I had to have a goal. There had to be a reason to lay it all out there, to be absolutely ruthlessly honest and transparent, and put my junk out on the table and deal with the cause, the root of of the fruit. And so my daughter was she was 3.5 when I went in behind bars, and I knew that I would not have any contact with her until I got through the treatment process. And so I was radical, man. I just went after that. She now is a healthy, vibrant mom and educator, and we have a great relationship. She's given us 2 beautiful grandbabies, and it's just been a blessing to be restored. I went through the treatment process in 19 months, and they had estimated it would take 3 to 5 years. And I believe it was just because I really just put my foot into I just went after it, and just I got nothing to lose and everything to gain. I never want to go back to where I came from. The registry, all that did was bring it up another notch, and found that now it wasn't just about getting employed. It was about, for instance, buying property out on the lake where I wanted to take and build my retirement home, and the neighbors finding my name online and seeing I was on the registry. And what ended up happening was my personal property got vandalized. We ended up in a situation where we did make a move, and critical move. Sold our house, bought property, structure, had our life set in a certain direction, and we got evicted. The registry isn't going to help anything. I'm just going to put it out there in that way. 2.5 years ago, we moved our ministry out into the country, because we kept having to deal with inner city issues where a child safety zone would pop up, and we'd have to move our guys. First time that happened, we had 30 days to move them, even though they could have grandfathered us in. And the second time, they gave us 24 hours to move them. And so I was like, I'm just not going to keep going there. Well, of course, we moved to the next county over, and guess what? Those people didn't want us in their backyard either. And it's largely because that registry promotes, discord. It's not promoting truth. There's no education on there. It's just knowledge of a past, not about truths. I have from the very beginning been out on the internet with my ministry and publicly saying, hey, I'm a guy who has this kind of past, and I'm using it to create a good future for myself and others. And people are scared of what they don't understand. And so I've had neighbors basically tell me that, as far as they're concerned, I should be put out of their misery and let God sort it out. I've had people basically tell us that you better move or we're gonna shoot you. We've had, like I said, the vandalism. We've had death threats. We've had all kinds of junk. Recently, because of my past, I couldn't get business loans because guess what? The federal government says I have moral inturpitude in my past, so therefore I'll be eternally immoral and untrustworthy. So, which is what the registry promotes. It's basically saying you are the worst of the worst, and we can never trust. Even parole or probation, they're trained to think that people are not going to be able to change, and that they're going to reoffend, even though statistically the registry has proven that is what they've been trying to prove. They actually proved is not the truth. Everybody's got a past. And the question is what are they going to do with that past? Are they going to live under shame? Are they going to live under the cloud of guilt and sorrow? And are they going to go climb under a rock somewhere and hope that no one sees them? That's, to me, what That's what the world would want you to do. And I don't believe that's what God created us to do. I believe that there's forgiveness for where we've been and what we've done, and that in the midst of that there's hope for a future. And I believe that we have to be actively involved in that. That God's not just going to wave his magic wand and everybody gets better and everybody's going to love us. It's like, no. We have to get in the middle of the mess. And again, I'll go back to, your mess is your message. But you got to clean up your side of the street so you can say, here's how it used to be and here's how it is. Just because you have something in your past that others don't understand doesn't mean that you can't use it to bring understanding to others.
This is Brenda Jones, Executive Director of NARSOL. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, check out our other Lives on the Registry videos. If you want to know more, visit narsol.org and check out the Resources tab. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for future notifications. See you again soon.